Good morning, third graders of Independence School District. I can't believe it's already day 18. You guys are so amazing. I'm so proud of you for sticking with it. It's got to be a beautiful day here in April, and I just love Independence. It's such an amazing place. I hope that you're getting out and playing. I hope that you're getting out and being kind to each other, and I hope that you're on here learning every single day, because if you're not, we miss you, and we've been thinking a lot about you. So let's get started in day 18 of math. Are you ready? I am. Well, as always, we start with our problem of the day. Are you ready for it? Let's see what's going on today. Step one, read the whole problem. A group of 9 people went into a restaurant. Restaurant, I wonder where they ate. The chef already had 34 chicken wings cooked, but cooked 11 more for the group. If they each got the same amount, how many would each person get? So as we're reading this, who and what are we talking about? We're talking about some friends eating some delicious chicken wings. I wonder what your flavor is. I'm just thinking right now because I want to connect to the story so that I can make it make sense. It's so important to make it make sense. So here we go. We got these 9 friends. They went to a restaurant. They ate some delicious chicken wings, but everyone wanted to share evenly. Aren't they nice? So think about what do you have to do and get started. Pause right here and see if you can solve the problem. I'll be right back when you come back. All right, let's see what happened with your pencil and paper. What did you do? Well, as I'm looking at this, I see that there's how many friends? There's 9 friends. That's a big table to go to the restaurant. And so then we're looking at how many chicken wings did they have to share? Well, we don't know yet. They had 34 and they cooked 11 more. So what's the first thing that we need to do to be able to figure this out? We need to take 34 and 11 and put them together. So what's 34 plus 11? That's the first thing that we need to solve. 34 and 11, when you put them together, you get 45 wings. They had 45 wings to share. But wait, can one person eat 45 wings? Nope. The other thing that we need to know is that we had 9 friends. So in those 9 friends, that's how each one needs to share. So our problem is really 45 divided into groups of 9. This person gets one, this person gets one, this person gets one. Absolutely, we can do that. I have to tell you a secret. I'm not a master divider, but I am a master at multiplication. So I know that I can do this. So I know a problem that I can solve in a different way. When I'm looking at this, I'm thinking 9 times what equals 45? Nines. Do you know your nines? Maybe you do the nines trick with your fingers, because I do that sometimes too. So if I'm doing the nines trick with my fingers, I'm going, let's see, 9. I don't know the number to put down. If I put down 1, that's only 9. If I put down number 2, that's only 18. That's not enough. What about 3? 27. Nope, that's not enough. 4. 36. That didn't work. What about 5? 45. That's what we were looking for, is 45. So it's 9 times 5, and we can figure out that 9 times 5. I can double check my work. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. 9 times 5 is absolutely 45. Did you get the answer? I hope you did. Don't forget, go into Greg Tang and search the word problems. It's linked before, and you can be able to practice over and over word problems all the time. Keep getting great at those because those are part of our everyday life. All right, now let's get back to our math lesson for today. Our math lesson, we learned the first 2 days of doing elapsed time, which is how much time goes through as we're looking. So it might be I went somewhere and I was there an hour later. What time did I arrive? Or it might be how much time did it take me to get from school to home? I want to know how much time there is so I know how much time I can play video games in between. Or how long will it take me to get to the store if I need to cook dinner for someone? Elapsed time is so important in our everyday life. And we've learned 2 days of being able to do it on a number line. And now we're on our second day of doing it with a T-chart. So let's get ready. I want you to start with going to the website, clicking on lesson 18 on link 1 and watch another video of some kids that are actually teaching us the T-chart method. Sometimes it takes a different person to be able to hear what's going on. When you're done, come right back to me right here and we'll get started on our first problem. So our first problem today is when we have 7:32 and we need to make it to 9:57. So the question is, how much time has passed? So we're going to start with our time, and our first time is 7:32. Well, we need to figure out how to get all the way to 9:57. That's a long way away. So we need to find out how much time takes place during that. So we can start with some small increments, but we see this is a long time that's elapsed, that's gone past. And so we need to get this to a whole number. So that's really the first biggest thing, is to get it to a whole number. Well, it's got a 2 in there, and that really messes with me. So I want to get rid of that 2 right away, and I'm going to say that it takes me 8 minutes. 32 plus 8 is 40. So I've got 8 minutes to get to 40. How long is it to get to 8 o'clock? Let's see. I know that when I get to that hour, it's a 60 minutes. So 40 to 60, how long elapses or takes place during that time? 20 minutes? You're absolutely right. So here we go. So we've got 20 minutes, and in 20 minutes, we make it to 8 o'clock. So here we are at 8 o'clock. Oh, this makes it an easy one. How do we get from 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock? Did you say 1 hour? You're absolutely right. Well, we're going to have to do this over here, because this is going to be 1 hour over here, because if you look at our T-chart, it says minutes. And if it's talking about minutes, we're really going to need to pay attention to that, because this is 1 hour to get from 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock. Then our next step is to get to 9 to 9:57. How long is it from 9 to 9:57? 57 minutes? You are absolutely right. It's 57 minutes to get to 9:57. We made it. We're done. Not yet. We need to go in and add and find out what's going on. So let's go look at this next one and see. So let's go in and look at this next one and see what it took for us to get there. Now, we've got all of our time together, but we need to add it together. And so when we go back and look at this and we're looking at how to add it together, I'm looking at some really strange numbers. So 20 plus 8, that's 28 minutes. So I've got 28 minutes. And I still have this hour over here I'm going to leave alone for a second. And then I have 57 minutes. So now I'm going to add 28 plus 57, but wait a minute. There's a problem, because when we're talking about time, we're talking about the fact that it stops at 100. No, it doesn't stop at 100. It stops at 60. So when we need an hour, we've got 60 minutes. So I'm going to take 60 minutes off here, and I'm going to change the name of that. It's not going to be 60 minutes anymore. It's going to be 1 hour. So now I have 1 hour more. So 1 hour plus 1 hour is how many hours? 2. You're exactly right. But 2 plus this 25 that's already here, 2 hours and 25 minutes. Now let's look at a different way to solve that. So when we're looking at this, we're looking at a way to be able to get. Now what they did, which I think is absolutely fabulous when we have extra ways to solve this, they said I can count my hours. So 7:32 to 8:32 is 1 hour. And 8:32 to 9:32 is another hour. So now I've got 2 hours there, but I'm not at 9:57 yet. So then I have to add 10 minutes, because that's an easy add. That makes it to 9:42. 10 minutes again is an easy add to 9:52, but I'm not at 9:57 yet. 5 more minutes and I'll make it there. So we've got these 2 hours plus 10 plus 10 is what? 20. You're right. And then 5 more. 20 plus 5 is 25. So they came up with 2 hours and 25 minutes. 2 totally different ways, but did they both have the same answer? Absolutely. And I love it when we come up with different answers in math, different ways to do it, but we come back with the same answer. That's so important to do. All right, Now it's time for another one. 6:17 to 8:24. Pause the video here and see what you can find. All right, we're back. How did you do in working on that? So if I'm looking at 6:17, I'm going to start here at 6:17 and I have to make it all the way to 8:24. Well, I know that in 1 hour it will be what time? 7:17. You are absolutely right. So I'm going to make it to 7:17. I haven't made it to that 8 o'clock yet, but I wonder if I add one more hour, would that be okay? So what's 1 hour later than 7:17? 8:17, you're absolutely right. So now we're at 8:17. We need to get to 8:24. So how are we going to do that? We need to make it 8:24. 17 plus what equals 24? That's a hard place to go. I know that I can add 3 more minutes right here. And if I add 3 more minutes to 17, that 17 plus 3 is going to be what? 20. You're absolutely right. So if I add 3 more minutes, then I'm at 8:20. So here we go. We're at 8:20. Are we at 8:24 yet? Nope. How do we get from 20 to 24? 20 to 24. How many more minutes? 4. You're absolutely right. So from 20 to 24 is 4 more minutes. Now I need to add all of those up. So let's see how I'm going to add those up. I've got 2 hours and I've got 7 minutes. What's 2 hours plus 7 minutes? It's 2 hours and 7 minutes. If you got that, you're absolutely right. Let's look at how they solved it. Oh, check that out. I think that's so awesome. They solved it the same way that I did. I love it when sometimes I match somebody, but I also love it when I'm having a really smart day and I learn a new way to solve things. All right, here we go. Let's try this again. Are you ready? So I want you to solve this on your own. 5:08 to 8:46. I want you to try it. So I want you to pause the video right here. Promise you me you're going to pause it right here, okay? Because I want you to pause it and I want you to try it on your own. It's so important to try things on your own because that's where you're really learning. I'll see you in just a minute. All right, so let's see how we solved it. I started at 5:08. I knew that it was going to be quite a while to get to 8 o'clock. So I started with my big numbers, my hours. 1 hour later, 6:08. 1 hour later, 7:08. I'm still not there. Another hour later, 8:08. So I've got 3 hours right here. But now I have to get from 08 to 46. So I'm going to just keep adding those 10-minute time frames because they're so easy to do. And then I get to 8:38. Well, now I've got to figure out how to get from 8:38 to 8:46. And I find out that if I add 8 more minutes, I'm going to make it. But now I need to go back and look. 3 hours, 30 minutes plus 8 minutes is 3 hours and 38 minutes. Is that what you got? I hope so. All right. And our last thing today is I want you to practice this. You need practice on this. This is a really big life skill. It's really important to get to. So click on either one of these links on the curriculum website for lesson 18, either link 2 or 3, and keep being amazing, keep being smart, and keep being awesome. We can't wait to see you again.